Sup guys, this is Garrett Fuller with MMORPG. I know many of you have seen the mythic logo come on your screen years ago during the Dark Age of Camelot era, and I wanted to talk a little bit about the legacy that this game has created throughout the MMO genre. In my opinion, Dark Age of Camelot contributed something to MMOs that has rarely been matched, and that is one of the best PvP systems ever created in a game. The PvP system focused around three factions: Hibernia, Midgard, and Albion, who would fight over the different zones that were marked as PvP zones. You could go into your own kingdoms and wander around, do adventures, and do all that kind of stuff. But the PvP area was split out separately from the rest of the game. If you ventured into these zones, you knew full well you were going to be in for a fight. The cool thing was, some of the quests in the game actually sent you out there to do missions, and I can very much remember getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go down and try to kill certain things or take certain things and stuff like that. As I got more used to the game, I started to PvP a lot. I spent a lot of time in Zergs and then in 8-man groups hunting around the zones looking for people to kill. It really was a phenomenon, and probably the best thing ever created, in my opinion, as a PvP tool in MMOs, was the dungeon Darkness Falls. Darkness Falls was the single best place to level your alt characters in the game. And the faction that held the most keeps actually took control of that dungeon. They could go in and raid it at any time. It really was amazing and a lot of fun. The good news is Dark Age of Camelot still exists today. You can play it. It's run by Broadsword, that you can see here, who also continues to run Ultima Online, 2 classic MMORPGs. So Dark Age of Camelot's legacy goes a long way. The best game I can use to describe where the PvP system is going was Guild Wars 2. When we first met with the Guild Wars team at ArenaNet, they talked a lot about their, server versus server PvP system. And it really, really was kind of cool to hear that they were going to match 3 servers against each other. This trend came back with Guild Wars 2. It was a trend that was really harshly broken by World of Warcraft. As much as I played World of Warcraft and I actually PvP'd a lot in World of Warcraft, it was always the 2-faction system. And for some reason, this never seemed to work. Guild Wars 2 took a little bit of a different approach. They broke it out by server, so that you all played the same classes, you all played the same races, and they had a very lush, full, personal experience in their game world where you didn't have to PvP. However, when you went into the PvP zones, similar to the old school Dark Age Camelot, you got to go out and fight against other servers to take control. The next game that brings us through to the legacy is Elder Scrolls Online. Elder Scrolls Online was created by Matt Fior. He took one of the best fantasy genres out there, Elder Scrolls, and made it into a full-fledged MMO. Recent updates to Elder Scrolls Online over the past year have really brought the game into its own, and soon you'll be able to play the game on the PS4 and the Xbox One as one of the biggest MMOs ever to make the leap over to consoles. With Matt working on Dark Age Camelot a long time ago, he took the PvP system from DAOC and brought it into the Elder Scrolls world. Now, players from all the different kingdoms can go in and fight for each other in the capital, as it's been explained a lot. The PvP areas of Elder Scrolls Online do mirror image a lot of what Dark Age of Camelot had offered. It also gave us a great update and game world to play in. If you've been out of Elder Scrolls Online for a while, now is definitely the time to get back in, especially if you want to sit down on your couch and play on your console. I think I'll probably be playing on my PS4 fairly soon, hopefully in the beta. And I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what types of PvP scenarios come out of this. While other games on the consoles offer crazy PvP experiences, games like Destiny and Call of Duty and stuff like that, I think it's going to be really interesting to see how well Elder Scrolls captures the Switch. Camelot Unchained is the last game that I want to talk about. Mark Jacobs has taken basically a Kickstarter campaign and recreated this classic Camelot feeling with a new game that's going to be coming out in the next few years. Camelot Unchained is a throwback to the classic Dark Age of Camelot era that Mark helped found. It's really fun to watch how this game has come about, and for a little while it was quiet. Now all of a sudden, in recent weeks, we got this great alpha video showing all types of different gameplay. I, for one, remain positive about what Mark can accomplish and can't wait to see how good the PvP system is in this game. I'm kind of hoping they deliver. I think it will be great to do. And from what I'm looking at on the alpha video, there's a lot of really cool stuff to do in this game as far as fighting and things like that. Once again, it all comes down to gameplay in these situations. As much as we can talk about MMOs, and as good as we can do them in theory, it really depends on how well the game plays once it's launched. And that's something that we're seeing more and more. It all comes back to gameplay. So thanks for taking this journey through Dark Age of Camelot time with me. I'm Garrett Fuller, and this is MMORPG.